Okay, what if I told you we could rebuild our bodies from the inside out? It sounds like science fiction, right? But today, we're diving into one of the most incredible frontiers in all of medicine, engineering living tissues to fix what we always thought was broken for good. This is going to be fascinating. Let's jump in.
You know, it's pretty amazing when you think about it. Our bodies are constantly healing themselves. You get a paper cut, it's gone in a few days. You break a bone, it literally knits itself back together. We kind of take that for granted. But what happens when the damage is just too much, or when it happens to a part of the body that, well, just doesn't know how to fix itself?
Well, this is what happens. Take a look. After a heart attack, a piece of that vital heart muscle actually dies. And the body's response? It just forms a scar. Think of it like a patch, but it's a really bad patch, made of this thin, weak tissue that can't pump blood. And here's the kicker. That damage is permanent. It's a one-way ticket to heart failure. This is a problem our bodies, for all their miracles, just can't solve.
So that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? Our body's fundamental repair problem. And this isn't some rare thing. It is a massive clinical challenge that affects millions and millions of people all over the world.
It is not just the heart either. Think about the cartilage in your knees, right? It doesn't have a good blood supply, so its ability to fix itself is practically zero. That's what leads to things like osteoarthritis, a huge problem for more than 15% of people over 60. The big takeaway here is simple and kind of scary. For some of our most important tissues, damage is a one-way street. Okay, so if the body can't fix it, how do we step in? This is where things get really cool. The whole field of tissue engineering comes in with this brilliant, almost elegant idea called the SMART scaffold. Let's break down how this actually works. So at its most basic, a scaffold is kind of like the framework for a new building. It's this temporary 3D structure that doctors can put right where the damage is. It gives our own cells a place to hang on to, a blueprint to follow, so they can move in, start multiplying, and literally rebuild the broken tissue from the ground up.
But what if that framework wasn't just a dumb structure? What if it could be an active player in the game? A smart scaffold that's actually, intelligently guiding the whole repair process.
And that's where hydrogels come in. These things are amazing. They're way more than just a physical support. They're these special polymer networks that are mostly water. They soak it up like a sponge. And because of that, they can perfectly mimic the natural, cushy environment our cells love to live in, what scientists call the extracellular matrix. This makes them super biocompatible. And get this, they can often be injected. So no big surgery needed.
Now, for a long time, researchers had this huge problem, this trade-off. You had natural materials like collagen that cells absolutely loved, but they were super weak. They just fall apart. On the other hand, you had strong synthetic materials, but they were basically like plastic to our cells. They wouldn't go near them. So the big challenge was, how do you get the best of both worlds? Well, scientists are finally cracking that code. They're achieving that perfect balance. So let's get to the really exciting part. How are these next-gen hydrogels actually being used right now to solve real medical problems? Okay, this is just brilliant. Remember that cartilage problem we talked about? With this tech, you can just inject a liquid hydrogel packed with the patient's own cells right into the damaged spot. It then firms up, it gels right in place, and forms this perfect custom-fit patch. The hydrogel then sends out all the right signals, both physical and biological, telling those cells, hey, time to build some new healthy cartilage right here. And what about that failing heart? Well, a hydrogel here is like the ultimate Swiss Army knife. You can inject it to physically prop up and thicken that weak, thinning wall. You can use it as a little delivery truck to bring in therapeutic cells. You can load it up with drugs that it releases slowly over time. And some of these new hydrogels can even conduct electricity to help restore a proper heartbeat. It's incredible. But this might just be the smartest application yet, an artificial pancreas for people with diabetes. Just imagine a hydrogel that's so intelligent it can sense when your blood sugar is high. When it does, it swells up and releases insulin. Then, as your sugar levels go back to normal, it shrinks down and shuts off the insulin flow. It's a completely automatic, self-regulating system, basically doing the exact job of a healthy pancreas.
So these injectable gels are an absolute game changer. But what's the next level? I mean, what's beyond just patching things up? Well, we're talking about going from repair jobs to building brand new complex organs from the ground up. Welcome to the future. We're going to print it.
Okay, so if you're going to print with life, you can't just use regular ink. You need something special. It's called bioink. And it's not just a blob of goo, it's this incredibly complex cocktail. It's got the scaffold material, it's got living cells mixed in, and it's got all these special molecules that tell the cells what to do. It's all perfectly designed to be used in a 3D bioprinter. Now, getting this right is all about the physics. The way the bioink flows, what scientists call its rheology, has to be absolutely perfect. And you can see why right here. If the ink is too thin and runny, your structure just turns into a puddle. But if it's too thick, you can literally squish and kill the living cells as you're printing. It is a super delicate balancing act to get that perfect, stable structure you see on the left. And then came this. This is the moment that changed everything. In 2019, researchers took a patient's own tissue, turned it into a personalized bioink, and 3D printed the world's first complete heart. A heart with separate chambers, its own blood vessels, and living cells. Now, okay, it was small, about the size of a rabbit's heart, but as a proof of concept, it was absolutely monumental.
So, we can print a tiny heart? That's amazing. Does that mean organ waiting lists are about to become a thing of the past? Well, not so fast. We need to be realistic about the journey from a lab breakthrough to an actual patient in a hospital.
Yeah, the road to the clinic is a long one, and it is full of challenges. I mean, we still have to get the mechanical properties just right so it feels and acts like real tissue. We need to control the structure down to the microscopic level. We have to make sure the materials break down safely in the body. And then there's the giant question, how do you sterilize these living things and then make millions of them? These are not small problems.
But the vision for where this is all going is crystal clear, and frankly, it's mind-blowing. We're on a path from the systems we have today to these multifunctional smart systems of tomorrow. And what's just over the horizon? We're talking about materials that are truly adaptive and can even self-heal. Materials that can respond and change right alongside our own bodies.
And that really leaves us with this one powerful idea to think about. The question has changed. It's not if we can print living tissue anymore. We know we can. The real question now is how we can print it so perfectly that it has the same complexity, the same function as the real thing. We've moved beyond just building the structure of life. Now it's about engineering its soul. The age of regenerative medicine isn't coming. It's already here.